Hi, I'm Al McNevin. I'm going to introduce Mary Dawson Cole as a Regional Manager with MPAC's Municipal and Stakeholder Relations Department. She leads a team of stakeholder relations professionals responsible for establishing, developing, and maintaining key account relationships with hundreds of municipal stakeholders in 130 municipalities in Northern Ontario, the largest of all of MPAC's 7 geographic zones. Mary is also a provincial lead for MPAC's agricultural portfolio. A native of the city of Greater Sudbury, Mary has almost 25 property assessment experience with MPAC.
Hello, everyone. I'm happy to be joining you virtually today, and I look forward to seeing all of you again in person once the pandemic is over. I hope everyone is staying safe and well in these difficult times, and I would also like to extend greetings on behalf of MPAC's Board Chair, Al Spachuk, and our President and CAO, Nicole McNeil. MPAC is proud to be a sponsor of this event, and I would like to take this time to thank FNUM for including us in this year's conference. Today, I will be sharing information on who we are, the assessment totals for FNUM municipalities, as well as some key updates and initiatives we are working on. The Municipal Property Assessment Corporation, also known as MPAC, assesses and classifies every property in Ontario from single-family homes to commercial buildings, industrial factories, and farmland. Our Ontario property database is one of the most complex in the world and has data on over 5 million properties. Collectively, those properties are worth $3 trillion. The property assessments we provide are the foundation of Ontario's property tax system, which generates nearly $30 billion annually. Every municipality in Ontario uses our assessments as the foundation to make informed decisions about how they will invest back into their communities. Municipal tax rates determine how much property tax each property owner fairly pays to fund the municipal services we rely on in our communities, like waste collection and community services. Our job is to make sure those assessments reflect the market as of a point in time to deliver customer-focused services efficiently and share insights about Ontario's ever-changing property landscape. The provincial government sets legislation and policies that MPAC uses to assess properties. At this time, we don't know when the next province-wide assessment update will be or what the valuation date will be, but we will share that information when the provincial government gives us direction. Here's what we do know. Property values continue to be based on the market as of January 1st, 2016, which was our last legislated valuation date. This is when we determined what every single property in Ontario could have reasonably sold for in its state and condition as per the valuation date. For now, each time we make a change to a property assessment, we use the January 1, 2016 valuation date, which means every property continues to be valued at the same point in time. While we await further information, we continue to keep our data current. We continue reviewing building permits and plans, conduct property inspections where it is safe to do so, and respond to inquiries from property owners who feel their assessed value may be inaccurate, and we make any updates as required. We are also constantly monitoring real estate market activity, analyzing sales, financial statements, including rents, operating expenses, and other market data to ensure our records are up to date. Let's take a look at how Ontario's 5.4 million properties tally up between the different property types or classes. 4.9 million of Ontario's 5.4 million properties, or 90%, are classified residential. The second largest portfolio type is farm. Farm properties account for approximately 140 billion, with just over 220,000 farms in the province. Next, we have commercial properties with just over 164,000 and totaling almost 319 billion in value. Followed by commercial properties would be industrial at almost 80,000 properties with a total cumulative value of almost 116 billion. The special exempt portfolio and multi-res properties make up the rest of the provincial totals. So now I've shared at the provincial level, I thought it would be interesting to show you what the cumulative values and totals by property type looks like for the 110 municipalities in northeastern Ontario. So the northern data does vary from the provincial picture. However, residential is still the highest number of properties at 234,651 and totals over 41 billion. If we reference the previous slide, as mentioned, there are 5.4 million properties in Ontario. From this slide, you could add the counts and see that 264,498 are located in northeastern Ontario. And out of the approximate 3 trillion in value, the Northeast represents approximately 58 billion of this total. I thought you might find it interesting if we shared some of the breakdowns for Northeastern Ontario by the top 10 municipalities by property type in regards to total assessed value. So in this slide, you can see that the property type is industrial and that the property count ranges from 11 in Fauquier-Strickland to 1,223 in Greater Sudbury. The total assessed value ranges from 28.5 million to 977.2 million. Next, let's look at the top 10 for commercial properties. In this slide, we can see that for commercial properties, the property count ranges from 169 properties in Elliott Lake to 1,703 properties which are located in the city of Greater Sudbury. The values range from 55.8 million in Elliott Lake to 2.2 billion in Greater Sudbury. Next, let's look at residential property totals. So in top spot again is the city of Greater Sudbury with over 59,000 properties and just over 14 billion in total value. Also following Greater Sudbury for the third time now is Sault Ste. Marie in second, North Bay third, and Timmins in fourth. Here are the top 10 northeastern municipalities in assessed value regardless of property type. For 2020, MPAC added an additional 37 billion in new assessment. For all of Northern Ontario, we added just over 600 million. This value reflects what we assessed for new construction and renovations as a result of building permits we received. In this slide, you can see the top 10 municipalities in relation to new assessment for 2020. MPAC was fortunate to have a strong foundation that enabled us to pivot quickly to remote work without service interruptions during the pandemic. But like all organizations, the pandemic presented us with countless operational decisions as public health guidelines and regulations have changed and continue to change. We continue to monitor the pandemic and have made changes over the last few weeks in response to the increase in cases. Right now, we are not conducting field inspections. However, our work does not stop, and we continue to rely on obtaining building plans and permits from each municipality in order to continue to assess new construction and renovations. During this time, MPAC has also been working on some key projects to ensure we continue to evolve and meet your changing needs. We have completely retooled Municipal Connect and have recently launched our new portal to all municipalities in Ontario. For those of you who may be new to municipal government or just new to Municipal Connect, I thought we might start with an overview of the tool. Municipal Connect is a web-based platform that provides municipal staff with insight into your community's assessment base. It is available to all municipalities. The search tool allows the user to analyze information based on various types and attributes, such as tax classification, assessed value, sales data, and the ability to drill down to specific property record details. To further assist with budget planning, users can monitor new assessment, year-end assessment changes, live control totals, reporting, as well as appeals and requests for reconsiderations. As you can see on this slide, there are a number of other applications that you can use in order to look at filing inquiries, how we're doing on our SLA, or for checking out work on enumeration. Through the fall of 2019 and the winter of 2020, MPAC engaged municipalities in a number of formats to gain feedback on Municipal Connect. Overall, 74 municipalities were engaged in this process. The key findings from our consultations were that municipalities wanted geospatial mapping functionality and the ability to view data from all portals inside Municipal Connect seamlessly. And many municipalities are interested in the expansion in how MPAC's data can be used for both planning and operational purposes. We will continue to work on future enhancements and iterations collectively with you. So next, let's talk about the digitization of building permits and plans. Currently, there is real direction on the move towards digitization in Ontario. These are just some of the policies and directives that are changing the landscape today. For example, the More Homes, More Choice Act is focused on cutting red tape and encouraging more housing construction. Under the Building Code Administration Authority, MAH is currently working on establishing administrative authority to oversee and improve building permit approvals and inspections. So next, let's look at MPAC's role in the building permit process. Municipalities rely on MPAC to take their building permits and plans and turn them into assessment. Municipalities tax property owners based upon those assessments. The sooner MPAC can deliver assessments, the sooner municipalities can realize new revenue. Ideally, every month MPAC receives a list of permits from every municipality in Ontario. Granted, sometimes our smaller municipalities may not have a submission for MPAC to action. I think it's important to talk about valuing new assessment during the pandemic and how the current situation drove some innovation and change the way we did our jobs. In response to COVID, MPAC canvassed our municipalities to determine who could deliver and provide copies of approved building plans for outstanding building permits. Municipalities with digital capabilities have submitted plans electronically to us. MPAC also facilitated in-office or curbside pickup of paper copies of building plans in order to complete assessments. We appreciate the collaborative efforts that municipal staff, and in particular the building departments, have provided us. I'm happy to share that we now have over 225 municipalities that are sharing their digital building plans with us. We continue to see evidence that new assessment is captured more efficiently in areas where we've received digital building plans. And many who are unable to share digital plans right now are making good use of our curbside pickup program. We have over 80 municipalities working with us so that we can obtain paper copies and plans that way. So now I wanted to inform you that MPAC is part of the collaborative approach that will drive the initial research and discovery phase of the Standardization Project, which is led by One Ontario. This new coalition is looking to enable all stakeholders to contribute their own experiences and process methods in order to create a new harmonized set of objectives and data exchange requirements to benefit the building industry at large. These standards will be aligned with regulatory requirements and will be driven by technological tools and advancement with industry leaders. Complementary to this work, we are currently in the midst of a proposed collaborative with AMO and their business services team, LAS. We are looking at conducting a pilot project that would explore working with a test group of municipalities. There is recognition among municipalities, the province, and the building industry that there is a need to modernize and digitize the building permit process. Digital transformation is often hard within one organization, let alone 444 individual municipalities. MPAC conducted a recent study that indicated that only 27% of Ontario municipalities have a fully digital e-permitting platform. From MPAC and AMO's analysis, there are currently at least 20 e-permitting providers operating in Ontario. To identify e-permitting providers for the pilot, AMO will issue an RFP through its business services team, LAS. We look forward to sharing more information with you as we move further into this process. Finally, I want to share that even though our offices are closed right now, we're active in the communities we serve. Our municipal and stakeholder relations team is here to support you. In closing, I encourage you to read our municipal e-newsletter In Touch and invite you to attend our monthly municipal webinars where you can learn more about the work that we do and new initiatives. My sincere thanks for joining us today.